So I accidentally told my boss's kids Santa wasn't real.
Oh.
And it turned into the weirdest promotion of my life. I'm not rebuying my entire collection of work pants. Go ahead and report me to HR. Let's see them and try to fire me for having too much bulge.
How does black pudding fit into that?
Am I the a-hole for triggering a girl's eating disorder by ordering a salad?
You get to the point where you go through enough the harassment training in workplaces where you feel like the best thing you can do is never make eye contact with anybody, don't talk to anybody, never ask them anything personal. Keep your head down and just walk by.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
It is the Munch Corner Podcast. You have your host, Omar and Savannah.
Welcome back. We are looking forward to another exciting episode. And it's going to be a fun one.
It's going to be a fun one.
What's our topic today?
Drum roll. You want to do a drum roll?
Bum.
Workplace.
Who does not have a workplace or fun coworkers?
Whether it's your coworkers, your boss, HR, gosh, yes. The list goes on.
I think the idea of just that wonderful free workplace is no longer anymore a place for us. So we get to work with everybody's little quirks and rules and everything else. So I have a feeling a lot of us are going to relate to workplace issues. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be fun to listen to. We have some very interesting titles. So
cheers.
Tea time.
Tea time. Now,
tea of the episode.
Savannah has guessed this tea before, but to the wrong tea. So let's see if she gets it this time.
Is this August tea?
It is not. Oh my gosh.
Oh, is this the elderflower one?
Elderberry.
Elderberry. My gosh.
Elderberry
same
tea.
thing.
Yes.
Same difference. Elderflower, elderberry.
So we love our elderberry tea. Yeah. It's actually a great herbal tea, and it's one of my favorites. In this case, it's the Buddha Tea Company. So they make a nice collection of herbal teas. Elderberry reminds me specifically of Scotland. And because they really do enjoy their elderberry over there with a lot of different things. So if you ever find yourself in Scotland, look for their elderberry liqueur, which is an amazing... Oh, that's
really good. When you're not pregnant, it's wonderful to enjoy.
Yeah. This is the preemptive. When you're not pregnant.
You're not pregnant. Although it wasn't always the case.
Yes, no, I remember the good old days where...
Old days, you can still have like a few glasses of wine.
Yeah, just like that.
Just like that. Yeah, I don't recommend it though.
No.
Speak to your healthcare provider, please.
Yeah, disclaimer. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
All right, everyone. We're starting off with a good one. I just want to add a note. If anyone's listening to this in the car or you're listening around kids...
Hold on to the steering wheel.
No.
Oh, yes, please do that too.
Please, no. It's a disclaimer because we will be discussing Santa Claus.
Oh,
okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yes.
All right. So please, if you do have kids around you, if this is a topic you do not want to have ruined for your child, do not have them around. Just put it off. Yes, so just to let you know, because I wouldn't want to listen to something and then the kids accidentally...
Well, you're very intrigued. Workplace and Santa Claus together.
Yes.
Okay, so this is going to be good.
That's the disclaimer, everyone.
And it's not even the holidays yet.
Christmas in August.
Yeah, definitely in Southern California. It's not going to be that way.
No, we're sitting at like 97 degrees right now.
Yeah, we're getting a nice
We hit like
heat wave.
Wonderful 103 the other day.
Good
yes,
heat waves.
Be very envious, everyone. It's crazy.
Don't be, but it's a dry heat. No, that's Phoenix. Sorry, that's a different place.
All right, let's move on. You'll now be able to find out why I gave you the disclaimer. So I accidentally told my boss's kids Santa wasn't real.
Oh.
And it turned into the weirdest promotion of my life.
Oh my gosh. I did not expect to see a promotion come out of that.
No, me neither. That's why when I saw that title, I was like, that's a good one.
This is going to be a story. All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this happened last December and it feels like a fever dream. I, 26 male, work in a mid-sized marketing firm. I'm lowish on the ladder, not an intern, but definitely not a corner office guy. Around the holidays, the company throws the super fancy Christmas party at the CEO's house. He's very into family culture, so we all show up with spouses, kids, dogs, emotional baggage, etc.
Dogs and emotional baggage included. Wow.
I don't know why that was so important, but clearly it was.
Okay.
They must be very close.
If you're bringing your emotional baggage with you, yes.
Yes. Now, I don't have kids. I barely have matching socks most days. I don't know why that was such an important detail.
It's telling you that his life is not super organized.
Okay, which is probably why he accidentally ruined it. Okay, but I love Christmas and I'm decent with kids. So when my boss, let's call him Mike, asked me to help watch over the kid area while the adults got wine drunk on spiced Cabernet, I was like, sure, free cookies and no small talk about quarterly reports. Count me in.
Kids will have very different conversations with you.
Very much. They have no filter.
Uh-huh.
That can be a good thing and a bad thing, depending on the person.
Depending on the situation.
Yes. So I'm helping a group of kids decorate sugar cookies when this little boy, maybe 6 or 7, looks up at me and goes, "Do you think Santa's really real?"
That was a leading trick question. He did not see that coming.
He's reeling him in
he's
to
reeling
get him in trouble. I didn't even think. Not for a second. I said, nah, but it's fun to pretend, right?
Oh.
Buddy, that was not a good answer. To a 6-year-old? I'm pretty sure 6-year-olds, for the most part, still do believe.
I think they figure out Santa's not real by
later, but not 6.
No, I think it's more like maybe 11, 12,
maybe around
something
10.
like that. Yeah, maybe 10.
It depends on how nosy they are and try to trick people for an answer.
Well, they get more nosier and nosier.
Well, I'll tell you my story about the tooth fairy very soon.
Okay. You know, I'm going to make a small prediction here.
Yeah.
I think Ryland is going to be one of those.
Nosy.
I think he is going to try to get to the bottom of Santa and figure that out. So he might be the one who will figure it out.
Our son
earlier.
is too smart for his own good. We're starting to see that now.
Yes. He also has a very cheeky side.
He does have a cheeky side. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll survive. Just like that.
Maybe.
Friendly tone. Dumb grin, sprinkle covered fingers. This kid's face drops like I told him his goldfish died again.
Again?
I don't know. Full on trembling lip. I immediately realized I made a terrible career altering mistake.
Yes, you did.
Guess who the kid was? Mike's son, of course. I like his sense of humor. Like, he writes really well. 10 minutes later, I'm summoned, not by HR, not by my manager, by Mike himself.
Ooh.
I'm picturing my career in flames, me jobless in January, selling feet pics to pay rent. But instead, he sits me down, deadpan serious, and says, "You told my son the truth. Nobody in this company tells the truth. They all smile and nod and fake believe in Santa. You just blurted it out. You don't ever think. I like that."
I'm not sure that's a compliment. You don't even think. You just blurted it out.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm not sure. Let's see. How would I think
I'm
about that
sitting
if
there,
I'm an employee?
stunned.
Yeah, I would be a little stunned too.
He continues.
Okay.
I need someone like that on the innovation team.
Ah.
We're pitching bold ideas this year. No bullshit.
Mm.
You can beep that if you need to. Sorry, Tony. Long story short, I got promoted. Literally because I ruined a kid's Christmas.
Wow.
Mike later told me his son was already suspicious and I just accelerated the timeline.
Wow.
His wife was apparently furious for a week. I think I would be too, honestly.
Well, yes, because
but
that's
if your child's already
something.
suspicious, I mean, if they're fishing, they're fishing. You can't change that.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to plot. Little minds like that start plotting.
Wait
for
for my story about the Tooth Fairy.
Oh, okay. All right.
I plotted.
You plotted.
Now I'm on a team I never thought I'd be on because I killed Santa. I killed Santa.
Well, that might be a little.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
A little stretch, yes.
Every
okay.
time I walk into a meeting, my coworkers whisper, "Saint Nick Slayer."
Saint Nick Slayer.
Under their breath.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, That's the story of how I accidentally grinched my way up the culprit ladder. Life's weird.
He grinched his way. Oh
He's
my
really
gosh.
good. He's funny.
He's actually a really good writer. I have
Yeah.
to admit, he tells a good story. Oh, well.
That's funny because if I was, okay, I'm clearly a mom, I'm not a dad, but if I'm a parent in general and
I'm the dad.
you're the dad. Okay, good. You can do the dad role, I can do the mom role.
Perfect. We have
because
this
we're
down.
already doing it, so it
we
works
now
out.
have our roles figured out. Okay.
Okay. I would be upset.
It's one of those things
I
where
know the child was suspecting it, but for it to come out like that as well.
I think I would have been a little bit upset about the way it came out. It's eventually going to come out.
Well, that's what the boss liked.
Yeah, that's the way the boss
I
liked.
like your bluntness. You just blurt it out.
I think I would love for our little ones to still believe in the magic of it.
It's
all
about the
way.
imagination. It's not about necessarily the tooth fairy and Santa or fairies or this or that. It is about as soon as a child dives into the suspicion of all of this is fake, their mind changes in like, well, then none of it's real, right? And then they'll give into a much broader, how can I say, variety of things where normally your imagination helps you like completely thrive in
Mm-hmm.
different experiences or just creativity in itself.
Mm-hmm.
So for a child now to have the realization of XYZ is not real, I feel like so much of their childhood just simmers away. And there's a big difference in lying to your child than there is to you're helping them with their imagination.
However,
Mm-hmm.
you are still not really telling the child that Santa is about. But I do believe that at a very early age, children are they're very open. Their minds
Mm-hmm.
are looking for magic. And I never want to take that away too early. Life's going to come around and get us all. I mean, it's not like that's not going to happen. But that magic is one of the most beautiful wonderments of
It is. That's what I'm
child.
saying.
So
it's like you're taking a part of their childhood away by taking that away too early.
I think the minute they start
There's a
getting
very big
to
innocence in it. And the
There
belief
is.
of greater, more magical little beings.
I think once they get to their peer group, that's going to be
Where it gets complicated.
That's where it gets complicated. But at the age of 6, I would have to say
That was early.
That was early. However, there's something to be said. This little boy was very, very much the plotter. He was already suspecting something.
Mm-hmm.
And
So he's going to go to a stranger coming to the house and
Right.
thinking, the stranger doesn't know me. I'm just going to ask the stranger and see what he says.
yes.
He was very smart in that regard.
I
must
think
say.
that's part of the plotting. So I have to say this is going to be a brilliant little
Little
boy
boy.
running around, and he is going to figure out things that
Watch
he
him
shouldn't
fold daddy's
necessarily
shoes.
should not necessarily have to figure out. But do share your story. of
My
the
story,
tooth fairy.
I was probably around that age, if I'm
Okay.
being honest. Maybe 7 or 8. I could have been around. Okay, I think my mom had my youngest brother at that time. We were 8 years apart. So I was probably 8 or 9.
Okay,
Maybe
just
around there.
for the audience, is everyone okay with the idea that tooth fairy may not be real? Okay, all right. So,
Anyway, I got my suspicions just because
why? So you have to share why. Why
Okay.
did you have your suspicions?
I started watching why it was so important for my mom or say my dad to help put so for us, I know it's very different other places. We put our tooth that fell out in a shoe next to our bed.
Oh, okay, that's different.
I've seen like the Tooth Fairy with Dwayne Johnson, the Tooth Fairy movie.
Yes.
They put it under the pillow.
No, that's a very U.S. thing. Yeah.
That's US. So we were used
shoe,
to
that's
in
very
the shoe
interesting.
because what you would do when you'd wake, like your slipper, what you do when you wake up obviously you had put your tooth in your shoe the night before. You see nothing there when you wake up, but you left your tooth like in the open part of your slipper.
So you could step right on it.
Just You're obviously not wearing it anymore.
Right.
So
just at night you're stumbling to the bathroom and you step right on it.
You're not doing that as a kid.
Oh, right.
You're like, you sleep so hard as a kid. And then
some children.
You wake up and you tip your slipper. And the little coins or the money falls from the inside of the slipper to the outside.
Okay.
So that was just like the little ritual. But I started suspecting it because like, why was it so important that my parents always had to know exactly where I put my slipper? And then I started seeing that they would always have like the cash lying around that looked very similar to the cash that I found.
How many teeth did it take for you to figure out this pattern?
Oh my gosh, I cannot remember.
I mean, clearly it couldn't have been the first one.
Anyway, point of the story.
Yes.
My tooth was loose. So Savannah gets an idea.
What does Savannah think?
Decides, I'm going to wiggle, jiggle this thing out of my mouth and tell no one I lost my tooth.
Oh, you are the plotter.
I myself.
You are the plotter.
So I was super excited because I was so sure. Now, there was a secrecy between me, my tooth, and my fairy. That I was gonna.
Yes, your tooth and your fairy. Yes.
There was still hope that the tooth fairy was actually real.
Yes, of course.
But there was now this thing about it's now a closed circle, right? No one outside of this circle knows.
I like that.
So then I put my tooth by my slipper, very secretly. Wake up. My tooth is still there.
Maybe you didn't communicate with the tooth fairy properly.
Okay. My tooth was still there. I take my tooth and I go running to my mom and I say, Mom, the tooth fairy didn't come. Is the tooth fairy even real?
And what did she say?
I think she tried saving it, but after that it was over.
Oh,
no, but remember, Mommy and Daddy need to send a message to the tooth fairy and let them know. And at that point, it's like...
not prepared for that.
No, it's... Well, I think I caught them off guard, but point is...
That's the whole point.
For the child, yes.
For the plotting child,
but
yes.
It's... at that point, it was like, there was no going back after that. I'm pretty sure that was the very moment that I was like, okay. Well,
and then what happened afterwards when you did see the money again?
The novelty wore off. I don't think I put my tooth there anymore. Because the next time a tooth fell out and my mom said, you're going to put in stuff. I was like, Mom, I know the tooth fairy's not real.
Oh, crushing.
Yeah, it is crushing for the little girl that found out the tooth fairy wasn't real. There should be, I think, something in a parent. If your child starts suspecting it, don't drag it out. Find a way.
Really? Rip the Band-Aid off? That's the answer?
I'm not saying just blurt it out, right? This episode's becoming about speaking to our children about their childhood imaginations. No, I'm not saying just rip the Band-Aid off. But if they're starting to come out of it, then don't drag it out.
Well, we have more complications to go with that, and I think most parents do.
What would that be?
Usually you have more than one child.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So
the older child's going to break it to the younger one.
Which is maybe the easy way of the parents not having to finish the music.
No, don't leave it to your child. But we'll go more into that.
Well, that was kind of interesting. I did not expect the twist for the promotion.
No, I didn't expect it either.
But I could see a boss turning around saying, I need to have people that say what they think. And I just didn't assume you would do it through a Christmas party and sharing about
With a 6-year-old, yeah.
With a 6-year-old. Well, you never know. So here you go.
You never know. All right, everyone. We have the next one. My boss just asked me not to wear my normal pants to work, and I've never been angrier.
Normal pants?
Why would your boss be ever so concerned about your attire? If it's a pants, it's a pants.
I don't know. Maybe some bosses don't like skinny jeans.
We don't know if that's what it is.
So now we need to find out. Let's find out what these pants are like.
The word he's using or person is using is normal. I wear normal pants to work. Our dress code is business casual. and I have gotten myself sized by a reputable tailor. All my slacks and chinos are from normal brands you'd find at Macy's and are normal/relaxed.
Feels very normal to me.
Okay. However, yesterday my boss called me into her office and told me I would no longer be allowed to wear the pants I normally wear to the office and would have to wear something less revealing.
I don't know how a pair of chinos could be revealing.
My bulge.
Oh,
that's a guy.
I was trying to say, is it a guy or a girl here? Okay.
It doesn't even say.
My
bulge.
Okay, we know it's a guy now. We figured this out.
You sure? Should we say it a third time just to make sure?
No, let's not say it a third time. We don't have to.
My bulge is inappropriate for the workplace. I have a normally sized bulge. You should not even have to discuss that with your boss.
But I have to laugh for 1 second here. So he said that he wears normally sized clothes for himself. He gets them from Macy's, but he mentioned a tailor.
So it's like business casual.
No, but how many people go to a tailor to get fitted?
I don't know. But I mean, it sounds like it's decent pants for a workplace then.
Well,
the problem's the bulge, not the pants.
Well, clearly the problem's the bulge.
Okay. So he went and said, I actually effing measured it to make sure I wasn't crazy. And I'm pretty close to the US average. He went and Googled the average size of a guy's bulge to make sure his bulge is not too bulgy.
And how would this be relevant to talk to her, the boss? Okay. I got to see how this is going to work out.
Okay.
And mind you, I've never run into that. Okay.
Let's
see.
All right. Would a woman with large breasts be told she can't wear anything but baggy clothes? Would she be told by her boss that she must wear nothing but restrictive sports bras to work? I doubt it, especially in my workplace where women 2 seats down from me wear far more provocative clothing than my damn slacks. I asked her, what should I wear instead? These are my size.
The boss is a woman. I asked her.
What should I? Yeah, I asked her.
The boss is a woman. Okay, interesting. All right, this is going to be interesting.
I didn't think a man would say that to another man. That just sounds ridiculous.
You're right. No man would say that.
These are my size. And she said, just go buy something looser or get a bigger size. Why is she looking down there?
But I have a bigger size.
Stop that. Why is she in the least bit bothered? Isn't that in some form sexual harassment? She's talking about his male parts in a workplace. Why the hell are you looking?
Well, okay, let's go ahead and just.
It's not like his fly is open all the time and it's hard to miss.
Right, but I mean, if you were to see somebody who was dressed revealingly in a workplace in some form, I mean, I'm not saying him with the pants. You could see it without
a guy with the pants on can be revealing.
Well, apparently, the bulge is big.
Let's just finish. I'm not rebuying my entire collection of work pants. Go ahead and report me to HR. Let's see them and try to fine me for having too much bulge.
Can imagine how the HR people are going to be going and disappearing. They do not.
Can you imagine sitting in an office with HR talking about your bulge? And then they're going to want to look at the pants you're wearing and see the bulge.
But so here's the thing.
And now we're all assessing the freaking bulge.
The question is, will his boss actually go through and do it? Because he's called her bluff at this point. So, okay.
No. Let's see. There's an edit. So let's find out what the edit is.
Okay.
To clarify, I'm aware that women have been told to cover up quite a bit in the workplace. I'm not dismissing that, just highlighting the very visible double standard of bodily expression in my own workplace. People have been asking to see my pants. We get to see the pants. Here's the exact pants I wore on the day of the incident.
Oh.
Note that my member is sitting to the right of the zipper. relative to the viewer. I want to see the pants. Tony, we're going to put this on screen for everyone. You don't see a face. How's his bulge?
I didn't notice. Offhand.
That is normal trousers. Look at that.
That's funny that he actually put that on there.
Okay, Tony, I'll be able to show you this so you can put it on screen.
Well, I mean, for
auditory listeners, it's a normal piece of trousers. It's not too skinny. It's actually loose at his calves as well.
Yeah, so he's wearing, I think, a skinny fit, basically.
I don't know that I call that skinny.
Yeah, but I mean, even so, it's not super loose, but he's wearing something that's, I think, pretty consistent with what the fashion is out there. I'm not going to tell you he's doing anything weird in his clothing.
That is just she's interested in him. I'm telling you.
I think
she's distracted.
She's distracted. She's distracted.
Well, why else are you calling a male in that's really decently dressed and complaining about the bulge? If it was something like, it looks like your pants are too small for you, which some people wear pants that look like too small for them.
People wear clothing that doesn't necessarily fit their body. I mean,
okay, and I am referring, I'm not talking in the sense of both genders. So I'm just referring to men, from seeing men in public. Some men wear a pants that looks like it's too small for them. No, I'm not saying it's too small for their bulge. Not like I'm looking at their bulge.
Right.
But you can see when something starts becoming like super, super, super tight, it's like you're wearing a size too small.
It does feel like it, but it still is a style. So I mean,
it is a style, but that is very normal for a business casual, wouldn't you say?
Honestly, I wouldn't have even thought twice about it if I looked at it.
Clearly, she's thinking twice about it.
She's thinking.
That's the problem.
Not just twice. She's thinking a lot about it.
She's thinking a lot about it, so much so that she had to call him in, which is ridiculous. I want to see what people are saying about it.
But I'm curious, though. I really want to know is what happened with HR, because that would be. I think that would be considered harassment.
Here's a former HR commenting.
Oh, perfect. Let's hear it.
Former HR manager here. At this time, it is workplace harassment. Remember, I told you this has to be like sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Improper addressing of a personal concern of upper management without any individual or third party in the room, in addition to making an employee uncomfortable on company time. There's nothing said that it was brought to this boss's attention or if it was her own conclusion regarding their apparel. Either way, it was mishandled. Any statement that makes any employee reasonably uncomfortable can be viewed as harassment. Sexual harassment is completely different and falls under a broader umbrella. Okay, so it's not considered. So take great notes, create a timeline, and screenshot any and all emails / documentation, and never quit your job. In the meantime, on your own time and phone, contain a workers' rights attorney, a damn good one.
Well, that creates a very difficult work situation, especially if his boss is now making him feel, well, I'm trying to use a different word, but I think the only word I can think of is objectified, at this point. I mean, even though there's a sense of humor that comes with this, because it normally doesn't happen this way. Usually it's the other way around with a male boss and a female employee. But
yes, that's why it doesn't make it any...
But the rules are there for all sides. I mean, it is. And you should be able to feel comfortable in your workplace. I do get the idea that you should dress appropriate to your workplace. And I think that's a given. And
I think I pointed out one or two things to you in workplaces that I don't necessarily see as appropriate, just because of the field you're in, and it's, showing skin where skin should not be shown it's not appropriate. There's time and place to wear the right attire. And when you're sitting in an office or cubicle with several other people and you need to maintain a sense of decorum, and your clothes says a lot.
Honestly, your industry says quite a bit too. I mean, we can laugh at this. So here, I'll throw a small example for you that I thought was really funny. So, and it's right on the line of this stuff, right?
Okay.
Okay. So we're actually looking to replace a vehicle for us right now. And so we went to a car dealership yesterday, and the first thought I had was, why are all the sales guys wearing these really tight pants? And it looks like they're wearing polos that were like one size too small for them. It's like they were always trying to show that they got muscles in their shoulder, like their arms and everything
But
else.
that's not unusual. That's like in most dealerships.
But it's not the idea of the polo and the chinos.
It's the size.
It was the sizing.
Yeah.
And I've noticed, and I've got a good friend,
macho man.
because I've got a good friend who does a little bit of that too, and we tease him mercilessly about it, but it is a style issue, right? I mean, and to me, so long as the styling is consistent with your style, but it's appropriate to the workplace range, because you can't really have it unless you have a uniform. Okay, then at that point, you're wearing the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you should be allowed to do it, and you should be able to feel free to express yourself through your clothing. Because I think that's part of who we are. I mean, I wouldn't want somebody to say, no, you will not wear this.
Well, it goes very much into when back in school when I was required to wear a uniform. Not all schools, but if you were in a government school back in South Africa, you were in a uniform. And everyone hated that, you're all dressing the same. Why can't I just express myself through my clothing? And then I went to a private school, which the only thing they required you to wear was their school's
blazer?
No, just like a shirt.
They
had a basic t-shirt. But I mean, your shoes and your pants, you couldn't necessarily, your shorts were limited to 4 fingers above the knee.
Yeah.
It couldn't be any higher than that. So that was like, they kind of gave you a little bit of room, and then you get here to the US and everything is like free reign. You can express yourself how you'd like.
That's a hard one. And so coming from having lived overseas and also very similar to Savannah, I've never been in a school where I've had a uniform. A short period of my education I did, but everything was much more, you're available to wear what you want. But I would have to say that styling over every decade, if you look at it, changes very dramatically as to what is appropriate or not appropriate. However,
I think we've come very far.
However, I will say that always, no matter what decade you're in, I would say high school, the limit is pushed for whatever that time is.
Yes, but I'm seeing it in primary school.
Well, that's unfortunately what we're seeing is it's
you're starting
back,
to see kids that want to look older than what they are.
Yeah, and that's
because it's this misconception online that it's appealing, it's okay, it's really messed up right now.
Right, but that's a little bit different than a workplace, obviously. So I've come
but
from,
it carries into the workplace later.
So
if you don't understand that from a younger age, it's going to carry through.
So even on at a different level, regardless of bulges and things like that. So my workplace has a combination of different types of environments. There's an environment that requires a suit. And so being not in a suit is not appropriate.
You look good in a suit.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It's been a while,
though. There's the other environment extreme, which is you're in the field. So I do I do construction work, so construction management. And with that, I'm dressed in a very different set of clothing, and it's more geared around safety in the work field. And then there's the part in between where you have this business casual, which I'm in for the most part, because I'm not necessarily in one of the two situations. But we still have issues. I mean, even in the workplace and the people that I work with, that you have to basically sort of reemphasize it. It's never been anything quite like that. I do have one experience with that. That was a very, very long time ago. And it was about two interns. They were both women, and they were both in college. And there were complaints from an individual in the office that was their skirts were too short in the office. And it was like so much gossip, and it took away from everything that we were doing. And again, back then when this happened, we don't have the same HR rules that we do today. Today, it's incredibly, very meticulously evaluated in terms of what you can and can't do. I mean, you get to the point where you go through enough the harassment training in workplaces where you feel like the best thing you can do is never make eye contact with anybody, don't talk to anybody, never ask them anything personal, keep your head down and just walk by. And that doesn't create a great work environment, but just the same, sometimes you do have to say something to an individual and say, not really the right thing. And there has to be a good way to do it, and you have to do it within the HR kind of guidelines. The problem
is, and it ties back into schools, is it says a lot about the company or the school. So if you have a school where you're allowing young girls to walk around in a few inches as a skirt, it does not look good. And I mean, that's the reputation of the school, no different to the reputation of a company. And the reputation of a company then comes with drama and gossip, which is not good. And then coworkers and employees they're at odds, because clearly if no one can meet in the middle of what's decent for a workplace, there's always going to be a conflict. But let's not hang too much on it. Let's move on. We've spoken very much about
honestly, I'm a little bit saddened that this guy is going through this.
I am too.
Because
I hope.
On the one hand, I would have said, look, there are guys that really want to show more, whether it's their chest, pecs, whatever it would be. But this guy didn't seem to do that. I think he was just dressing about
like the right way.
I think he was just having a style that he liked, and I'm sorry he has to go through this, because it's not going to make it comfortable for him.
That boss is very inappropriate.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
Let's move on.
Okay.
So, am I the a-hole for triggering? Sorry, everyone. Let's restart that. Am I the a-hole for triggering a girl's eating disorder by ordering a salad?
Wow. Okay. That opens up a whole Pandora's box of very interesting ideas.
Very interesting.
Yeah, let's hear the story.
I am part-timing in an IT company that is very close-knit. My boss, Steven, and his wife were always very sweet. It was my first month, and it was my boss's birthday week. People that have birthday weeks and birthday months.
Some people have birthday months.
I know. I know exactly. Someone's coming to mind. Anyway, so he and his wife, Melissa, were kind enough to include me in this fancy dinner they were all taking everyone to. A week prior to the dinner, Melissa added everyone to a group chat and asked whether we had any suggestions on where to eat. I told her that I'm fine with anything as long as there are vegetarian options available, or at least chicken, so she's pescatarian.
Okay. No, chicken is not pescatarian. That's
Polo
fish. She's not vegetarian either. Or she eats chicken.
No, but if you eat chicken, it's called polo. Oftentimes, if people eat chicken, they eat fish, so it's called polo pescatarian.
Okay.
Trust me, I went through my phases of eating.
She had a phase of being a vegetarian. Almost did not survive.
And then I'm pescatarian now, and then now I'm polo pescatarian. It's like, Savannah, you're not. Just forget about it.
She's an omnivore.
Just eat your meat.
Yeah, she's an omnivore. And besides, to have a South African, the idea of a vegetarian South African doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah. It's
there is a big desire for meat.
They're probably a very rare species down there.
It would be like saying you're going to have a vegetarian Texan. Just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. Just eat what makes you happy. So they brought their daughter Steph, who's 15, to the dinner, and she's a sweet little girl. Mm-hmm. And now Steph was really interested in me, and she kept on asking me questions about how I look the way I look. Okay. Now I'm short, 5 foot. Wow, you are short. But that's not a bad thing. But can be somewhat deemed as fit to today's generation.
So is the author a woman or a man?
It's a she.
It's a she, okay. All right.
It's a she. Yeah.
So, okay.
I was transparent with her and told her that I don't restrict myself to certain foods, but rather eat everything in moderation. That's my response all the time, too.
Sounds pretty reasonable.
Plus, I have a plant-based diet and have home-cooked meals, so that helps. And I also lift weights. Now, Melissa overheard our conversation partially. She pulled me aside and told me that Steph was recovering from an eating disorder, so she encouraged me to be honest with her and not lie to her, and not to order anything that screams diet.
Lie to her? How is she lying to her when she's telling her how she eats?
She's not lying.
No, she's telling her exactly how she eats. All
She
right.
probably doesn't
Okay.
believe her. But why would you tell someone to not order something that screams diet? Order what you want.
I'm going to guess that the eating disorder.
She's triggered by people around her.
Well,
but-
she's worried about she may be anorexic. I mean, that would be my
Or
guess.
bulimic. I mean,
Or
you never
bulimic.
know.
But the whole idea is that she thinks she's too heavy. So diet is not associated with the word of like what I'm eating as opposed to I'm trying to lose weight.
Well, remember, she also said, though, she's limited on what she eats. So let's see.
Okay.
So when I saw the menu, there were little to no vegetarian options available. It didn't have anything for me. It was very disappointing. And I made a comment on that. Oh, wow, there are no vegetarian options. Melissa chimed in and said that eating meat once in a while won't affect my weight. It's not about her weight. It's about dietary preference.
I know, but you have to remember that if she's talking to somebody who's 15 who is suffering from...
Melissa's the mom.
Oh, Melissa. Oh, okay.
Melissa's the one who put everyone in a group chat and asked, does anyone have
okay.
any dietary preferences?
Is this all occurring in the group chat?
No, this is not at the dinner.
At the dinner itself, okay.
So she said in the group chat to Melissa, as long as there's vegetarian options, I'm fine. Or chicken. She was very specific on the chicken part.
Okay.
So now when I say plant-based diet, it's not that I don't eat meat, but I only eat chicken, maybe once a week as a side dish, and certain types of fish occasionally. Polo pescatarian, I'm telling you.
No, you got it.
We're going to check that, Tony. Certain types of fish, but other than that, I mostly eat vegetarian dishes. My food habits are not for my weight, but for my religion or culture. So it's just preference. It has nothing to do with my weight.
I just imagined a fish with wings. Polar pescatarian. Just never heard of that before.
A fish with wings.
Well, those happen.
Is what comes to mind when you hear polo pescatarian.
Because I'm trying to combine them together.
You've lost me. I don't hear butterfly anywhere.
That would be like an insectivore, right?
We're creating our own dictionary right
Yes,
now.
we are.
Okay. So when the waiter came in, I was still glued to my menu when all the others had already ordered. Melissa said that, oh, she'll have the duck too, and I interrupted and said, no, I will have the garden salad. I hate salads, but there were no other vegetarian options. Melissa got quiet.
Oh, she should have taken the duck.
What, and let it sit there and quack at her? Because she doesn't eat duck.
Duck, chicken, birds of a feather.
Stop. It's not the same for her. After a few minutes, she told me that I shouldn't have lied and led on her daughter if I was going to order a skinny salad and starve myself. She said that I'm just like those Instagram influencers who lie to impersonate impersonable she typed it wrong. Impersonable young girls about their food habits and bodies, and I just proved that by ordering a salad after giving her daughter a don't restrict yourself speech, and I probably triggered her eating disorder.
Probably, but didn't. Do we know anything more than the mother being upset?
I don't know.
I
I tried to explain that I only ordered a salad because there was no other option in the menu for me, but then she said that I should have sucked it up and eaten the goddamn duck. As it isn't going to affect my weight. But then again, I corrected that it's a religious thing and not a diet thing. She said that if I eat chicken, then obviously I would eat other animals too. Not necessarily. And I was just putting up an act. It was horrible. She completely tore me down and I immediately left. That poor girl. No.
Yeah, that
she
should have never happened.
Shamed entirely just because she has dietary and religious preferences.
And it doesn't really matter where
she
those
made it
come
very
from.
clear.
She made it clear that's what she could do.
Vegetarian or chicken options.
Yeah.
That's the limit. Now, don't go and say to someone, and I mean, it is very personal because I went through my phases of I wanted to, kind of just be vegetarian and
pescatarian.
The list goes on. Anyway, so, and then I realized clearly I cannot. And then I also tried going through a vegan phase too, which
that was broken by the black pudding.
And because the mind is like, okay, I really love animals. I feel like my values align with not eating them. And then I went through this whole cycle of realizing, you know, I do have values and morals with animals, but at the same time, I see them as they were put on this earth, and it's a cycle of life, right? So everything, there's prey and predators and whatnot. So I looked at it as...
How does black pudding fit into that?
So...
I'm teasing her. There's a funny story here, but
Do you see me laughing? Yeah. Does it look like I'm laughing?
You're kind of smiling.
Okay, let's not leave the audience hanging.
All right.
There's a reason why he's saying this. I went to Ireland and I was traveling for the very first time. And I was in my vegetarian phase.
See, it's appropriate to the conversation.
And I go to this wonderful cafe.
And it is really a great place.
It is a great place. So, they're very friendly. And I say to them, can I please have the black pudding salad? Oh, sure. Do you want the black pudding in there? And I said, yeah, I'm vegetarian. It's fine.
So they were aware of her.
So then they asked me again. So they know, you sure you want the black pudding in there? Yeah. And then she mumbled, because remember, she's got Irish accents. Sometimes they're thick, especially the more west you go. You sometimes don't understand what they're saying. So she said something and I didn't catch it. I said, no, that's fine. Because in the picture, it doesn't look like meat. It looks like it would be like a falafel thing, right?
Yes.
Except in a patty form.
Right, exactly.
So I take my takeaway salad, I go home and I eat it. Wow, this stuff's really good.
Yeah.
We get on the phone because we weren't physically together in that moment.
We were calling at different times. So we would
different
have
time zones.
I would call in the mornings to catch her in the evening times because of about 9-hour difference. And so
he's making me relive this all over again. So we call. He asked me how my day was. And I say, good. Oh, I need to tell you about this new salad I tried. Gosh, it tastes... It tastes really good. He's like, oh, okay, what is it? It's like, it's a black pudding salad. And he does a double take. And he's like, what did you say? And I said, no, black pudding. It was really good. It's like, do you know what black pudding is? And I looked at him and said, yeah, it's like a falafel. And he's like, my love. So he didn't want to break it to me. He had me go Google it. He's like, just Google it. Because it's like, I don't think he had the heart in that moment to really tell me.
I didn't want to break her heart.
And I Googled it. And as I read it, my stomach absolutely curdled. And that food was busy coming up. So I didn't eat the rest of the day. I felt so sick. So to let everyone know, black pudding is like intestines and
so if you've ever had
the bits and pieces of the parts that don't really get sold.
It's very much an Irish, British. The Scottish have haggis, which is very similar to it.
I would say it's like English.
I think it's very English. But it is an acquired taste. And
our editor's gonna slash me for this. He's Irish.
Yes, of course it is.
Anyway,
it's an acquired taste, so put it that way.
But it tasted good.
Yeah, it was a mindset. So this is the only reason I bring it up, and I'm teasing her about it, is because you can get in your mind a certain idea of something that could be good, but it really isn't. Or
but
the
then
other way
your
around,
morals don't align with the flavor, and you can alter. It's like the mind is such a powerful thing. And it's like, okay, since then did I try haggis in Scotland? I can't remember.
We had the vegetarian version, which was very, very similar.
Similar.
I've had both. And honestly, the vegetarian version tastes very similar. I was very surprised by that.
So anyway, that was my experience of how can your taste buds conflict with your morals? And that's, again, it was a phase, and then I got out of it. And
But I mean,
but it's the memory behind the way I felt with the two conflicting things, because it tasted so good and I felt so bad that I enjoyed it because my morals weren't in the same place.
so I mean, but in all fairness, I mean, I am teasing her about it, but it was an illustration of a funny story, excuse me, between us about just living different places in the world. But this is not to say that if you do have preferences, religious or otherwise, or you have food allergies, there are certain things you can and can't eat. I mean, we've got a very good friend that has a garlic allergy, and you can imagine how much garlic is in
That's
everything.
tough.
And so there is that sensitivity you have, and every time we have new guests that we don't know their palate, we always ask the question, what is your sensitivities, or do you have allergies or preferences? I mean,
And you
frankly,
accommodate that.
and you accommodate that because you really, really want to do that. So this poor woman just got, I think, unfortunately, I don't know that she necessarily even triggered the daughter per se,
No,
but
it's
she's
the
the one who's
mom
living
that
it.
was.
The mom is living this thing. And unfortunately, she's not helping her daughter by, I think, drawing so much focus towards it.
What you're doing is you're creating a very bad image for your daughter. That's simply by that action alone, she's putting a very negative connection to a salad.
Well,
Which this is where her relationship with food in general is going to be terrible. I went through an eating disorder, so this is somewhere where I can speak on. I struggled with it for a long time. My mom picked up on it, and she pulled me out of it. She got me to a dietitian. So I know what it's like to struggle with the eating disorder. And you get very ashamed of it, so you close down, and it's something you fight on your own. But the biggest thing that I can tell you is going to help you to fight through it is your outlook on food needs to change. Do not see food as an escape. Do not see food as a good thing or a bad thing. Do not look at a piece of chocolate and say, bad, bad, bad.
Yeah.
And then salad, good, good, good. Because it's such an unhealthy way of looking at food. If you turn around, like this woman has gone and said in a very good way, because I explained it the exact same if someone else is asking me about it, everything in moderation. You bet I'm going to have a nice bag of chips. You bet I'm going to enjoy sushi. I'm going to enjoy a good burger every now and then if I feel like it. Because if your body is kind of giving you that craving or the I want to indulge in this, and you turn around and say, no, I'm going to restrict you just because it's bad, because you've tied this horrible connection to it simply because it might be heavier, more oily, or more caloric intake than the general food. That is so bad, and that is a relationship. You're going to have a relationship with food all through your life. Food nurtures and gives your body nutrients. Your body is your little temple. You should be taking care of it. Going through an eating disorder, you're doing the opposite. You're almost telling your body, you cannot feel this way, and you're creating a very shameful environment that, you should try and nurture. Be very forgiving. We go through many mental issues. If you're a girl, hormonal things can play a very big role as well. So for you to turn around and say, you know what, it's absolutely okay to feel like I'm going to have this piece of chocolate, or I'm going to have this meal, or I'm going to indulge in this. And then don't turn around and, it was a very common thing that I did. If I eat this now, I'm going to work double time in the gym. Yeah. It's like, no, because that's a punishment. There should be no punishment for simply indulging in something that every human being should be able to do without any shame attached to it at all.
And every culture has its own food preferences. And if this person has a religious component to it too, then that adds to it. I mean,
and she made that very clear.
And if she made that very clear, she was being very upfront, and I can appreciate that. I mean, in our particular case, I made the mistake. I was cooking the dinner. This is for the friend who's got the garlic allergy, and I was using a common spice that I didn't think about.
It's a mixture of spices.
And I was it was a mixture of spices. And I was very conscientious of the food in every single aspect.
Except that one spice.
Except I didn't check what was in this mixed spice or happened to be dried garlic in it. And so that sort of like blew the food out, and she was left with the salad and dessert. I mean, there was really nothing else because the main dish had the garlic in it and she couldn't have it. And I felt really bad because the whole thing is you're with people and you want to share. And food is such a
fun thing.
It's a wonderful connection to family and friends and being in social and cultural parts. I mean, so you have so much out there that food plays such a big role into it, and it should never be a horrible thing.
It's like a celebration. It's an enjoyment. It's something to connect over, to be social over. I mean, it's no different to having a bunch of friends over because you guys are going to eat a meal here at home or go to a restaurant. It's like you chat over it. The
mom is completely off because, I mean, when we use the word diet, we've overused it to lose weight. Diet is a choice of what you're eating, and you should have the ability to choose what you want.
It's a dietary preference.
It's a dietary preference.
There's no restriction to it.
And frankly, I've been in her shoes. I'm not any of those things. I'm a full omnivore, but frankly, if I look at a menu and I can't stand anything on it, I'll go for the salad because I will enjoy that.
It's kind of like a play it safe option.
It's a play it safe option.
Who messes up a salad?
They can, by the way.
They can, but it is a safe option.
The chances are a lot less.
But anyway, I think
the answer is she is not.
She's absolutely not in the wrong.
And she should have never been treated that way.
She gave the advice to this girl that I very much would have given to her as well.
I think what she did is she actually shared her journey.
Yes, why the girl was asking.
Rather than the advice. And I think that's what the girl was looking for. She's looking for somebody who she felt has a positive energy about her, and she wanted to ask questions.
Yeah, because she said she looks fit, and it's what the generation considers good looking these days. And she was being fairly honest. And just because there was nothing else on the menu and she ordered a salad, this was absolutely no reflection on the daughter's eating disorder.
Absolutely not. And mind you, I have to share with everybody, we make great salads. And our salads are not little things like a little bowl. They are
It's not just lettuce. It's like it's really good stuff.
So and salads can actually be fantastic.
Oh my gosh. Some of the best meals I've had at some restaurants is a salad.
Yes.
Because there is so many things that you can put in a salad outside of cucumber, tomato, and lettuce.
Is it tomatoes or tomatoes?
Tomato. Tomato. It's a tomato.
It's a tomato, okay.
We'll let the audience decide.
Is it
tomato or...
Tomato.
No, don't try to say it funny now. Just say it normal.
Tomato? You decide. Tomato, potato.
Okay. Banana. I mean, we've gone down the list.
That's right. She sounds more charming with her accent anyway.
The celebration and ceremony of food is incredible. And I think we should all appreciate it with our loved ones as an individual as well.
Agreed.
And it's not about good, bad. It's just simply about enjoy.
Yes.
Because you know what? You do only live once. Enjoy that meal. Enjoy that treat. You'll be fine. I promise. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. We're going to go see to our beautiful little boy because I'm sure he wants the munchies.
Oh, yes.
Hence Munch Corner Podcast.
We appreciate you joining us. And again, do share your thoughts and ideas.
We want to hear your stories as well. If you guys have funny stories, we'd love to hear
And if there's topics you want us to cover, we are very, very open. We want to pick things that are meaningful to you and are helpful. So remember, we're figuring it out all together.
All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here.
Thank you.